and a lot of had some wins on both sides and some losses on both sides, but had some consequences today for when they lost. Again, first day, I thought they competed hard, got better as the day went, and I thought we finished really strong. Had some live work in the short yardage area today, so some third, 2 and less. So it was good, really good work from that standpoint. But again, first day, a long way to go, but I thought they competed hard.
Talked to Chandler outside just about his kicking, and he seems like a guy who's really, really confident. He probably should. I mean, he kicked, maybe one of the biggest kicks in the history of this school.
Well, I mean, that's part of why he's been successful. Is he has a very confident mentality, and it comes from great preparation. The guy just he prepares as hard as any other player that we have, whether it's in the weight room, off-season conditioning. I mean, he's a worker, and so. When you give great effort at everything, usually it leads to consistency and confidence. And he has intensity. You think of him as a kicker, but when he comes out there to do his job, Chandler is very intense about his job, and intensity brings about focus and concentration. So it's a pretty good combination for a kicker, and he's been very successful because of that. So he's going on his 4th year as a starter here. He's pretty proven that.
You got pretty intense during that the paw drill. Is that just ratcheting it up, or is that kind of the way it's been the whole time?
What's that?
You got pretty intense during the paw drill. You said there was,
Yeah, well, no, that's just the paw drill. I mean, that's just what we do. We try to set the practice tempo right out of the gate with that. It's kind of just one of those trying to create the right mentality, because that's how we got to start our season. We got to be ready when the whistle blows. Day one, we've got a huge challenge in our first opponent. So we have to create that type of environment in practice to create the mentality we need. I thought the offense kind of set the tempo in the ball drill today. So it'll be interesting to see how we do get back at it. It's a great drill. It's a toughness drill. There's nowhere to hide. It's great for both sides, and it's great for the backs, because they're going to run through the smoke. I mean, there's nowhere to go. Their head down, they got to hit it. So it's a very, very good drill. A lot of enthusiasm and energy from that drill, and it's one of those ways to kind of grow them up a little bit.
Coach, can you just talk about the defense and how for today you seem to be on them very early, starting with that paw drill? They seem to stay later in practice, getting some work in. Were you pleased with their effort at least today, and what do they need to improve on?
I thought they finished really, really good. Did not start so good. There's some guys did a really good job. You have one guy have a breakdown, and they all look bad. Some guys did a really good job, but collectively, I didn't think we had the right mentality to start practice. And I thought they finished really, really good, especially in the short yardage drill.
Is today a little bit different than the previous 4, just because you can start really evaluating one of the most important things in football, and that's toughness?
No, those first 4 practices are critical. I mean, our practices are tough every day, regardless of what we're doing from a tempo standpoint. I mean, we mentally tax these guys every single day, and they better be clocked in. They better have football focus when they step on this field, because it's just our practice environment. But those first 4 days were huge. A lot of installation, a lot of good work, a lot of technique, a lot of fundamentals, a lot of drills, a lot of full speed, thud type stuff, which is still very, very physical the last couple of days. But today is the first time we're really going to the ground, and sometimes you go in thud, maybe you got him down, maybe you didn't, but we kind of removed that gray area today. It's always good to see how they respond.
Coach, it's always more important to see how the young guys hit versus the guys that you've coached before.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with how certain guys are going to respond. But we still have to take them through the process. Again, we got a lot of guys that have been in the battles, but you got to go right back through that same deal to prepare. But I'm pretty comfortable with some of those veteran guys. But yeah, I want to see how Shaq Lawson. I want to see how Pagano. I want to see Crowder. I want to see how some of those young guys. DeStefano, now he's 290 pounds. McClain. I want to see those guys. See if they're ready to take another step. And it's always exciting to see them grow.
Looked like Tyshawn Dye made some nice runs in that power drill. What are your thoughts on him for 4 days?
He's been outstanding. I mean, he's a big, strong, almost, almost 220-pound back. I mean, had one of those guys in a while around here, and he's been really, really good. I mean, he and Gallman, I tell you, we hit a home run with both of those guys. Really good player. Gallman's 200 and looks skinny. He'll be 220 this time next year. And he's violent, he's fast, he's smart. And Tyshawn is just already a brick house. So he's just going to get better. Both of those guys have good football IQs, very, very coachable. We're really excited about those two young backs.
You see this mess with Johnny Manziel, this autograph stuff. Do you reiterate to your players the rules when you see stuff like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that we try to do all the time. Anytime we have somebody get arrested in college football or just do something stupid, it's certainly an opportunity to teach, and hopefully it's wise to learn. It's great to learn from your own mistakes, but it's much more wise to learn from others' mistakes. And that's kind of a philosophy that we have. And we have a board, we post things, and then we try to talk to them, teach them that, first of all, there's no entitlement, nobody's invincible. We live in a great world, and we have great opportunity, but you treat people with respect, you do the right things, and when you don't do the right things, there's consequences. It's just that simple. When you do right things, there's good consequences. There's always a saying of there's pain in life, there's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And, one's better than the other, but everybody's going to live in pain. It's much better when you live your life with discipline. And so we try to talk about that. And when we have our own problems on this team, we do the same thing. We try to grow and teach everybody. The autograph situation is a tough thing. We educate them on that, and I don't think we got anybody sitting down and apparently what's going on there. Who knows? But we don't have that situation going on. At least I hope not. But you have sometimes eBay people and people that are coming up to you, whether it's in a mall or a grocery store, and you sign. I mean, I sign. Lord, I got all kinds of stuff that I sign. You can go on. I'm sure there's eBay things, maybe with my name that I don't know about, or with a player. Because you want your players to be engaged. You want your players to be approachable. Especially in a place like Clemson. I think this is a kind of a grassroots type of a program, and people come on the field and getting autographs and things like that. And it's one of those things that makes this place special. And you'd hate to see that go away, because a few people abuse those type of things. One of the things I always tell players is, who's it to? And you got to be vigilant, use good judgment. For the most time, you can pretty much tell when it's an eBay person or somebody who's really just genuinely wants your autograph, and try to put it to somebody. And then obviously just a reminder of, you can't do things like sit down and sign a bunch of stuff for money. You can't do that. Everybody knows the rules. Whether you like the rules or not, it doesn't matter. The rules are the rules, and you got to respect them.
Talk more about Sharon Peake's progress, the opportunity he has. I mean, not because it's gone, somebody's got to catch his ball. But Sharon specifically, it seems like he's been in the program long, but he can do it.
Oh man, yeah. Sharon had a great spring. He's had a great camp, especially the last couple of days, because Adam's been out and Tay was out today. So Sharon has really been awesome. He's cross-trained at our 5-man and 9-man. He'll play both all year. So I'm just really, really pleased where he is right now. He's ready. He's going to have a great year.
A year ago, you started with Anthony at middle linebacker and didn't quite work out at the level that you'd hoped, and now he's back there again. What makes you feel that he's ready to just grasp it?
Well, he got beat out, and everybody. Sometimes it takes a little inspiration to get the transformation that you want, and his inspiration was the sideline, and he's a great player, and it was good to see him respond the right way. He went back to work, kind of, maybe lost his edge a little bit, and not quite as focused last year. I'm not sure he worked as hard as he needed to, as far as film room and things like that, but I tell you, he's been awesome. He's been awesome all spring. He came back really, really focused and hungry, and had a great spring. He's had a great camp, and he is really becoming the leader out there, which is what you would expect Stephon Anthony to do going into his junior year. But, he's that guy right there is practicing like he's on a mission. So hopefully he'll continue to do that and get the results on the field.
Coach, what is